Hello, welcome back to the Moon Lagoon. I am Lucid. If you're clicking on this video, you're probably wondering why I left my home and just randomly decided to pack up everything and not tell anybody and just start traveling. And trust me, I was a little curious myself. Or maybe you're one of the people who did not know I was leaving and you're watching this video to figure out why the heck I didn't say anything. So to make this video as clear and concise as possible, first of all, I am in Sedona, Arizona. It is a very beautiful place. If you've never looked it up, please look it up. There are natural vortexes here, and I'm very excited to visit a couple of them. But to make a long story short, if you didn't see my video back in November, I posted a video about how I had left Virginia and moved to Colorado to start all over. I had gone through a lot of karmic cycles. I was ready to break them, and I was ready to really make some changes for myself. And so I was super excited. I posted the video. I was like, yes, I moved to Colorado. This is it. This is the big change. This is going to change everything. And then, I started living there, and like the first couple of days I could already tell the home environment wasn't necessarily what I thought it was going to be, and that I still was going to have to hide a lot of what I did or who I was. Luckily, and if you're watching this, if you worked with me at the crystal shop that I did, I love you. Thank you so much. I've never worked somewhere where I was so accepted and so supported and learned so much every day about all different types of people. I'm so sorry that I could not say goodbye. I probably would not have left if I told you guys that I was leaving, because all of you would have done everything you could to help me. But to make this very interesting, but very short at the same time, I had been working at the crystal shop, and then I had been doing my videos at the house in Colorado, and I would have to wait till no one was home or wait till people were gone to record my videos and whatnot, because I didn't really want them to be bothered by what I was talking about, because I could already tell they kind of weren't into the same stuff as me. And Spirit had already been kind of pushing me to start doing tarot on my channel. Speaking of which, if you have subscribed to me recently, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate all of your support, and please leave a comment if you did subscribe and if you'd like for me to subscribe back, because I will totally do that, and I want other people to subscribe to other people in the comments as well, because I want this to be a place where we all support each other. So anyway, thank you. So I was sitting with my spirit guides, and they're like, you need to start doing the tarot on your channel. You need to start doing the tarot on your channel. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I had started to do it, and I was still having to be quiet. I was still having to hide it. And I remember I have a lot of, the channel's called Lucid Lunix, but I have a lot of lucid dreams. And I had a dream where I woke up and I wrote something down, I went back to sleep, and then I had another dream and wrote down the next portion, so I never looked at the first part. But I was at work one day, and something was like, you need to buy that tapestry. And I was like, are you sure? They're like, you need to buy it. So I did a pendulum test, which if you haven't done that before, and I don't use it a lot, I usually use my necklace as a pendulum, but I basically grabbed the tapestry, and you stand with your feet shoulder width apart, and you just say, is this for me? And my body like threw me forward. If it's no, you go backwards. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this tapestry. So just last week, if you watched my new moon to new moon for Aquarius, the new moon Aquarius videos for the tarot spreads, I had the tapestry up on my wall. I was super excited. It looked super presentable. I was like, oh, it's really coming together. And I had already known that I needed to have moved out of where I was living, because I had to hide it, because I had to do this here and this there, and couldn't really ever just be myself outside of my room. But I was looking at all these places. I was looking at this app. I don't want to dog them, so I'm not going to say the name of the app, but I was trying to find a room to rent. It was like $700, $600. I was like, for a room? A bedroom? I was like, are you kidding me? I knew I needed to leave, but I didn't know what else to do. So I was trying to look for that, but I kind of fell off the wagon on it when I started doing my videos, because I was like, oh, this tapestry is great. This will be fine. I can get used to this. And my spirit guides were like, no, that's not what you need to do. So I made all those videos, and that was on Thursday, Friday. On Sunday, I am woken up by the family member I was staying with, who said, we need to talk to you in the living room. So they pull me into the living room, and they tell me that, they don't agree with the things that I do or support the things that I do. They know about the things that I do because I had told one of the people in the house that I thought I could trust about a reading that I had gotten, which I'm honestly thankful that I told them because they ran their mouth to this person, which caused all of this to happen. So it was supposed to happen anyway, but I was still kind of upset. And so they told me they wanted me to take the tapestry down because it could give away where they lived, and I was just like, I was really upset that day. Now, in retrospect, I understand why it all came together, but I was looking in my dream journal again, and I even wrote that one dream that I wrote down. It was by a tapestry, and it was because my spirit guides were like, okay, you were supposed to be moving, you're supposed to be leaving, you're supposed to get out, and you're not doing it because you got this tapestry and you're all comfortable now, but we're going to make you put it up, and that person's going to go in your room and they're going to see it, and it's going to trigger them, and then they're going to trigger you, and then you're going to be triggered, and then everything is going to change. So that's exactly what happened. And I don't know how much time I have on my camera, so I'm going to check really quick. It does 10 minutes at a time, so I just don't want to be... Okay, I have 4 minutes. That's enough to do one segment. So I'm really upset. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't... I knew I couldn't stay there anymore, but I didn't know where else to go, and I couldn't afford to rent a room. So I was starting to think about, okay, well, I've kind of semi-lived in my car before. I could do that again. So that same night, I slowly just started packing everything just in my room, just started packing everything away. I knew I wasn't supposed to be there anymore. I didn't know where I was going to be going, but I knew it wasn't going to be there. And it almost felt like spirit was kind of just like took over my body and was like making me do things, because honestly, the amount of things that I have accomplished this week has blown my mind. And I pack all my stuff up, and on Monday I'm talking to people about advice. They're like, and I've always wanted to live like in an Airstream. I've always wanted to travel. That was part of my long-term plan. Like, I'm gonna get an Airstream, I'm gonna travel, I'll find a place to permanently stay, and then I'll build a tiny home, etc. and so on. And so I didn't really recognize that could happen a lot sooner. And so I was like, well, I guess let me start looking at vans, and I could like find like a rental place in Colorado to like stay in the van and stuff, because I didn't want to stay in my car and freeze to death. So, well, actually, I'm going to start the next video because this is about to be the next long segment. Okay, are you recording? Okay, so I start looking up vans in the area, and they're like $5,000, $6,000. I'm like, are you kidding me? These vans aren't even like new. They're like used. I was so confused. I was like, why isn't this working? You guys don't want me to live in this house anymore. You're telling me I need to go, but you're not giving me any other options. And so I remembered I had gotten a reading done at the very end of the year because I was really confused about the direction I was supposed to be taking. And the woman, one of my friends at my job, gave me a reading. And the first couple of things she said was, she was like, south? I'm hearing going south? And I was very confused because my goal has always been to go to Oregon. So I was like, south? She's like, yeah, I don't know, it's warm wherever you're going. And I was like, I kind of dismissed it at the time because I was like, that's not my plan. It's never going to be your plan. It's going to be Spirit's plan, because there are so many things that you'll be learning, and whichever way they take you, it'll still guide you to where it is that you truly are going to belong. And so I was like, south. Okay, south, interesting. And so then I decided to go back to my dream journal, and I do this a lot, and I recommend you do this if you don't. I write down my dreams every night, and then if I'm confused about something or need guidance on something and I feel like I might have some answers in my dreams, I go back to the dream, I read it, and then I go into meditation, and I imagine that I have become lucid in the dream. So it's basically like imagining that you're in the dream and you wake up in the dream and you realize you're dreaming, and you start paying attention to what do you think it is that your dream is trying to tell you, or what your spirit guides are trying to send you as a message. And so in my dream, I had imagined that I had traveled all the way to the Pacific coast, and I was taking a video and I was recording it, and all these people were swimming in the water, and I look over and there was someone that I recognized who was on YouTube, and I was like, interesting. So I was like, okay, so let's say I did go to the coast. Let's say I did do that. And so then I was like, well, I would want to travel down and then work my way up if I'm supposed to be going south because it's warm. So then I was like, well, let me look at some vans in some other states and see how much it would cost. So I take my pendulum and I'm like, should I look for vans in this state? Should I look for vans in this state? And I found a van in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I was like, I had been looking and looking and looking at all these vans, and I was like, how am I going to know which one is the right one? How am I going to know? Please, Spirit, let me know. Just hit me with something when it's the right one. And I saw this van, and like my body was just like, it's that one. that's the one. And it was in Flagstaff. It was like the one place I wasn't going to click on the Craigslist that I saw. And then when I looked up Flagstaff, it's Sedona. It's the name they gave it instead of Sedona, so people don't look up Sedona and realize that there are vortexes here, so people don't like become more evolved and enlightened and whatnot. So I was like, oh, okay, confirmation. So I messaged the person and I talked them down on the price, like really easy. It was super effective. And then I had gotten some money back from my money that I had been saving when I was working at Whole Foods, and that worked. And so then I got that money for the van, and then my taxes were coming in and all this money was flowing in, and I was like, okay, I see what you're saying, Spirit, but like that means I have to like leave like right now. And mind you, I'm making this video today, the day after the new moon. I'll be posting it tomorrow, which is the day you'll see it on Sunday. So literally from Monday to Friday, I found a van. I decided to head down to Sedona. I decided I was going to travel up the coast of California and record myself on, vlogging, traveling to these parks, talking about all the changes I've been making my tarot spreads, doing, like literally living for me. And it almost felt like I wasn't allowed to do it in a way, or like I felt like no one was going to think that I could do it or that I'd be able to do it. And so this is less to prove to other people and more to prove to myself. And it's not something that I didn't think I could ever do, but you do become codependent on your environment, and that is something I want you to be aware of if you're not. And I'm gonna check the time really quick before I get too into it. Okay, I got 5 minutes. Because I had gotten comfortable. I was living with my family member, and I had my room I was hiding in, and I thought that was okay. I thought that was perfect. But there's so much more that you can get from life than that. There's so much more that you can attain when you stop living for other people and you stop worrying about other people being upset with you and really living for you, because I can't go through my whole life doing things that make other people comfortable when it's my life. And so I packed all my stuff up. I got rid of a bunch of stuff. I donated a bunch of stuff. I pawned some stuff. I made it work. And I packed everything in my car. I got my oil changed. I got my car inspected. I made sure everything was ready for me to go. And then the night before I left, I just started crying super intensely because it's scary. It's scary to go out on your own. This is the first time that I will be living like solo by myself in a van, but I'm very smart about it. You have to do your research. You have to be smarter. You have to be prepared. You need to have a plan. And I feel like if you take that step, yes, you're gonna freak out. You might have a little bit of an existential crisis like I did. I was sobbing. It felt like stuff was pouring out of me. But the new moon in Aquarius is all about new, unconventional beginnings. A new moon in Aquarius is all about doing things that people tell you you can't do, because it's ruled by Uranus. And Uranus is a planet that doesn't give a F what you have to say. You say that they can't do it, Uranus is going to prove to you that they can. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm really sorry for the people that I did not tell, but I couldn't tell anyone. I had to do it alone. I had to do it by myself. I could not have any other outside sources influencing me. It had to be because of me. It had to be because I wanted to do it. I couldn't let anyone else change that. And so I am sorry about that, but I really hope that you're excited for the changes that I'm making. I hope that you feel excited. Hold on, I'm gonna start the next video. This will be the end, and then I really hope that the people who watch this channel feel inspired. If you want to go do something, if you want to leave where you are, really talk to your spirit guides. Ask for signs, ask for messages. Start doing your research. Start really acting like it's already going to happen. You can't stop yourself. You can't change your mind. And there were so many confirmations that I saw to let me know that I was supposed to leave. Like that night that I had decided, okay, I'm going to head south, but even though I wasn't really sure, I was like, give me some signs tomorrow while I'm at work to let me know. And someone who I was ringing up had just drove up from Santa Fe, which I drove through last night. They had just driven up through Santa Fe the night before. They told me, they asked me if I'd ever been to Asheville before, if I recommended it, and I just went to Asheville last year to see Tame Impala, and I was like, yeah? They're like, you should totally check out Santa Fe the next time you get a chance. You should totally go, and I was like, okay. And then another person came in the store, and they had this shirt that said, into the forest I go to free my mind and lose my soul. And I had actually drawn that on a picture. I'll have to show you in another video. There were so many confirmations I was getting. I saw the person's phone number who told me to go to Santa Fe. The phone number had 999 in it. My total that day when I bought the food that I would take for snacks on my trip, my total was $25.25, and I purchased it at $11.11. I started seeing the confirmations that my spirit guides knew that I would need. the billboards that I saw, the music that I heard, the messages that I was getting, the people who were telling me the locations they were in. I started and the day before, like Thursday, Friday night, I was like, I'm so freaked out. Am I really doing this? Please give me more confirmations. And I saw Utah license plates. I saw Nevada license plates. And I was like, okay, we just have to keep going. We have to keep doing this. And so here I am, packed up all my shit, got in my car, and I just did it. And you can do it too. And I really want, like, I will be doing, obviously, my channel is more tarot and doing the spreads and stuff, but I also really want to, like, help other people to feel motivated to do what it is they want to do. Like I said, if you have a YouTube channel that you're trying to grow, let me know in the comments, because I will subscribe, I will share that, I will support you. I want us all to support each other, and that's what I want in my channel, On the Moon Lagoon. That's something that I want the people here to feel comfortable and safe to do. I only want energy that's going to support other people here, and I hope that that's the people that I bring to this channel. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I'm still trying to process everything that's happening. This place is beautiful. I honestly kind of don't want to leave, but I'm excited to start my travels and my adventures, and I hope that you stay tuned to see all the places I go, because I'll be recording in each park that I go to. Please subscribe if you want to keep up to date on that stuff, or if you just want to see what I'm doing next, or just support my channel. I really do appreciate it. If you want to as well, I am a Reiki healer. I didn't kind of talk about that, but that was something that also kind of shifted things for me. I do Reiki for the collective, distance healing on every new and full moon. So if you ever want to be included in the energy that I send out, you can do that in the donations in my description box through Venmo or PayPal. You can just put your name and your geographic location, and you'll be included in that one. And it'll help to elevate your energy so that you can really manifest what it is you want. And I want to help people do that, because it has been such a blessing to actually start living for me, and I want other people to do that too. And I really want to support people to do that, because it's so sad to not live for you, and I know how that feels. So, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for spending some time, hopefully after this video, reflecting on what it is you really want in your life and the steps you need to take to make that happen. I hope that you stay tuned and follow me on my travels. Thank you for everyone who subscribed and liked these videos. I really support you and appreciate you, and I'm excited to help you grow as well. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess start living now. So I hope you have a beautiful day wherever you are, and that you're making a beautiful life wherever you are. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace and love.